Hi everybody. I did a video a while back showing the SylvanSport Go camper all set up. I figured I'd do a little bit of a video showing you some of the features and how it gets set up. Pretty simple on the front end. Got a lever jack that you can pull the pin, swing out of the way. It also has a pin here so you can tilt the bed to load larger stuff into the back, which is kind of nice. I did add a handle so it's easier to move around. It's got a storage box with all the components in it. The deck itself is 4 feet wide, 7 feet long, and 17 plus inches tall. So you can haul quite a bit in there. Once it's up into storage mode, you can haul, 4 foot tall stuff in it. The jacks are pretty simple. They're literally just an old style pull out, swing down jack. So not much to those. Very nice frame, it's all aluminum. Suspension's pretty simple, but very effective, giving it a 13-inch ride height, which is nice, and my spare tire. It's got tie downs in the corners, in the front 2 corners, I should say. Let me get back up. They made it easy to lube the bearings by just putting a rubber cap over a zerk fitting, which is kind of nice. And in the back, the license plate holder is also the step, and it has pins so you can remove it, so when you tip the deck down, it's not in the way you're loading in larger stuff, where you don't need ramps or anything like that. When it's closed up, it's all strapped together. It's got pins that hold the rising arms pretty good. LED lighting, which is kind of nice. I love the bump stops on the back. It's very light. Mine does have a solar panel, which is filthy, but I'm pretty sure my battery is fully charged at the moment. It is removable, so you can pull these pins and remove the solar panel, move it out of the way if you want, or if you got rack on here and stuff like that. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to pull the 4 pins, which they just come right out. They're easy enough. Oh, and a bottle opener on the back for those that want a bottle opener. And the pins, it's always a good place. Everybody seems to do the same thing, store them right here, so no matter what, you know where they are. Inside the compartment in the front, which is pretty good sized. We have a jack handle for the jacks and a crank handle to crank up the top itself, that's what we need next. So we'll pull that out, close it down. I do have a lock for the hitch, so when you're somewhere and you don't want anybody to take the dang thing, the crank handle just fits in a sleeve in here, and to crank it up you just turn clockwise. And they do make an adapter, which I have, for a drill. It's a 1/2 inch drill. My drill's only 3/8, so hand crank it is. It's not hard. Imagine it's a little more hard with you got a load of bikes and kayaks or whatever on the rack. And yeah, pretty simple. It's not jacked up all the way, but good enough. But yeah, you can see we got Velcro straps that just go into there's a slot down here, which I can show you after it's up. Keep these in the front. And the same thing on the back. Just a Velcro straps around in here. Pretty good Velcro. Get it off there maybe. There we go. So that's simple as it gets. My solar did disconnect as I jacked it up, but it's in a hole and it just goes in and out of the hole. And I'll show you the inside of the compartment once I get all those components out. And these side rails literally just flip up. I'm gonna pull them up. You set them like this, And gives you the huge amount of cargo space. But yeah, pretty simple. If you can do it with one hand, it's pretty simple. Move that out of the way. And yeah, you want to go back into travel mode, you just lower this back down. There. And now you'd put the pins back in here. And this is your cargo bay. Which, like I said, it's 4 feet tall, 7 feet long, 4 feet wide, which is quite a bit of space. And these two boards here are add-ons. They go on top of these for the beds, which once I get to that point, I'll show you all that. Yeah, it's pretty neat. You can get a pretty good sized quad or a couple bikes in here easy enough. Yeah, kind of cool. I mean, overall. All right, let me get all the stuff out of here, laid out on the ground so you can see what I do have actually in here. All right, this is pretty much empty. I had a first aid kit, fire extinguisher, the instructions, a spare jack handle, crystals for dehumidifying, vapor moisturizer, whatever, remover, plug-in adapter for the Yeti 400, which right now is was plugged into solar, but it's strapped on in there nice and solid. This thing can be used as a giant ice chest if you want. It does have a drain plug right here, but what we had in there is we got tent poles for the Go, the poles for the bed when you fold them out, rain fly, the gazebo connector, which helps connect the tent body to the trailer itself. We have a portable shower with a shower bag. It's also used as a toilet. But here we have the tent poles for the tent itself, tie down straps, a cover for it for when you're not in use, some spare leveling blocks, stakes, hammer, rope, that kind of thing. I have a carpet, 1/8-inch pad that goes in the very bottom underneath the tent to help protect everything. A couple of doormats. Oh yeah, and wheel chucks. You definitely want those. But yeah, not bad. Like I said, there's quite a bit of space in this little area because all of this stuff here fits in there. A little bit of organization to do it, but it fits, which is what matters. Usually keep the fire extinguisher right there, very handy, and the first aid kit right on top of there, which I need to go through that, make sure everything's still in there, all the instructions. But yeah, you wouldn't think looking at it there would be that much space, but there is. And it does, close, and you can lock it. I have a key to lock it. I also keep a level, which is somewhere around here. Probably got tangled up in here. But yeah, a small level. So when you park the thing, you can level it, which I just use right here. And right now, I'm not level. Got to go down in the front, but that's not bad. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the tripod and show you how I quickly pop this thing out. I mean, overall, you do it all once, probably 10 minutes. It's pretty quick, pretty easy. But yeah, let me get that going. Oh, and this is the cargo I usually carry inside of it, which is kitchen indoor stuff, outdoor stuff, the fire pit, a couple straps, water, and my kayak, which all fits in here, no problem. I can put a ton more in. We were just measuring today, see if my portable ice chest, propane ice chest, fits in here, and it does. So that'll be nice. All right, let me get the tripod set up. All right, I guess I could go a little closer, huh? There. All right, one of the first things you want to do is, like I said, kind of level it. But what I like to do is put the front end way down. Now it's actually high in the rear. Maybe a little higher. I like to get the step almost flat, but it doesn't happen very often. Need the jack handle. Like I said, the jacks are easy. You just reach under, find the jack, pull her out, and jacks have been slightly abused, and whoever had them before me greased them, which makes them really sticky. So I still gotta clean that out. What I'm gonna do is just kind of cinch it down. Looks pretty solid. And do that on all four corners. Pretty simple. All right, I got all the jacks and it's pretty stable. It's not bad at all. So next step is to finish cranking it up. Does kind of tell you here that you've cranked it up far enough, so that's nice. Next thing you got to do is put in the 4 pulls, which these all have a key lock on them, which goes into a keyhole right here. Put them in, turn them a little bit. Usually you turn them till the other keyhole on the other end's up. But I'll do all 4 of these. And they do sit in there pretty nice, so you can leave them. But yeah, then you just take this over, and the same thing, get that keyhole lined up, turn it a little bit, locks in. Yeah, it makes that pretty solid. Now, these come in. They're basically just to reinforce it for a weight factor. These are supposed to hold up to 500 pounds each, which is quite a bit. Let me do the other side and we'll keep going. All right, that's pretty good there. Got this 1/8 inch foam that goes on the floor underneath everything. So slide that in, and it fits pretty good. The other thing I want to do is hook up my solar. So pull cord out, plug her in. That's it. And when I run power, it goes through here also, at least that area. Yeah, pretty simple so far, huh? All right, next step is the tent itself. Get you in a decent spot here. There we go. It has a little pull cord right here. That's the tent. Which I gotta jack it up some more. Not much, just a little bit more. I was looking at the wrong mark on the post. Alright, that pulls all the way. Basically lower the crank arm so it locks the panel in place. On the sides, about as simple as it gets. And the nice thing about this is both sides are identical. It's the same setup. So here, just loops around right there. This one goes under. There's a little half moon right there. You just hook it on. That's it. Same thing on the other end. And on the bottom, it's the only place they're a little different. This one has a cinch strap, or a cinch buckle, I should say. You hook it on there, boom, done. And one of these, and there's a rail about 2-3 inches back under there that you hook to. On the other end, it's really close to the same, except the bottom one here, a little different. So easy enough, just get over that, pull the hook, hook it right here. Now this one just basically goes around the leg, hooks to itself. Pull this out, boom, and repeat on the other side. Well, that's pretty much it without the poles. It does have 2 more straps right here. I just go under there and hook. Kind of keeps the floor pulled out, such. Next step is to insert the side poles, which are pretty easy. You have a peg hole here and a sleeve. Let me grab those. The Go itself has 3 poles. 2 of these gray ones, one's for each side, and the orange one for the awning in the front. So let's start with this one. Just like any other pole. They're pretty easy, pretty smooth connections. You just slide it through the sleeve. At a certain point you can't really slide it as easy anymore, so you gotta kind of come down and beat it as it comes out. And what you want to do, beat it a little more, I guess. There we go. And this end just goes right in there. That's simple, and you got a little pull tab if you need it. Other end, kind of need the pull tab, but you just watch it, it just pops right up. Put it in that grommet. That's the side set up. Not bad, pretty darn simple. I like it. Let me do the other side and I'll get back to you. Got both sides set up. Then, of course, the next step, pretty easy. Same thing. Oh. Alright. It's nice that everything's color coordinated, but here above the door you'll find a sleeve. Just like any other sleeve for this kind of thing, slider about halfway through, which it'll move around. And it goes into a slot right here. Get you a little closer to that. There's a slot right here that pole goes into. The newer tents actually have a hole here, so if you ever replace your tent, you'll have to drill a hole in that position to put this into. Yeah, it just goes pretty simple, right into there. Like I said, same thing on the other side. So then it's got a little Velcro strap. Said the newer tents, this is one thing they changed. I'm not sure why. This works pretty good. But yeah, you just secure that in place with your Velcro. It really doesn't have to be super good. And that's it, set up pretty much. Next part will be inside. I had to sweep it, but so it comes with a carpet, so you want to get that in. Which it's got the SylvanSport logo on it, which is nice. Helps when you're in there with your, bare feet or such. Not bad. And the next parts are pretty much all inside, so let me get you set up in there. All right, I do have some rope lighting in here, which I have to retighten up every time with a USB power plug. So when I run the power cord in here, I can just plug it in, got lights. But just there's loops here for room dividers if you want those, all the way around, so you can have privacy if you want. I got the Mr. Stow-It-All here, and behind here are panels, which let me try this a little different way and put the tripod down lower, huh? Try that. Alright. Kind of need two hands. So there's just little bungee straps there. And these are just extra supports for the beds. But actually the supports that come with them. And then there's a little sleeve on each end that they go into. There's one for each side. That off. And you can look at it. It's just like plastic, corrugated plastic. And pretty simple. The whole thing's designed to be pretty darn simple. I mean, with the card or the plywood I got under there, I probably don't need these anymore. But it's part of it. So we set them up. Like I said, lots of stuff you can customize in here. And up here is the ceiling, of course. But I unzip this a little ways. Gives me access to the air mattresses, which are stowed up above. Oh, I got them all at once. That's pretty good. And they're self-inflating. They're not fast. Let's try to get this angle right here. Sorry. But yeah, as soon as you open the valve, you can hear them starting to suck air. And it's got one on each side of each one. So open them up. I have 3 of these large air mattresses. I don't know why 3. Doesn't quite make sense to me to have 3 of them, but more comfort, I guess. Oh, it's hot in here. In a minute I'll open the windows. But yeah, there. I also have 2 more smaller ones for when you make the bed section in the center, which this can come down, is used as a table, or it can go across between as a bed or a nightstand, wherever you want. Just me and the wife. So usually it has 2 of them up there, but I put 1 in storage. We're just not going to use it. The Mr. Stow-It-All is kind of handy for just putting stuff in. Like I got a broom. I don't know what that is, but junk. And these big old bins, great for like clothes or whatever you want to put in there. And it's just clipped on up here. So it's removable, even though I don't, because the whole thing closes up without doing that. That is pretty much the full setup on the go. For here, I'm probably not going to put the awning on, which just zips here. There's a zipper. If you want to use the gazebo, there's a zipper adapter that goes on too. So you can convert from the small zipper to the big one of the tent. But what we're going to do is we're going to use the totes as nightstands in there, that kind of thing. And since most places you can't have a fire pit, so we're going to probably use the propane one. I do have cook stove and all that stuff, which I'll set up outside. Just like I normally always set up everything outside. 7-gallon water jug. We don't ever plan on going out more than a day or 2 in this, so. But yeah, see they're filling up nicely. It's an inch and a half, I think, when they're fully filled. And one of the totes out there has the 2 smaller ones in. So I'll probably end up just taking 2 for me and let the wife have 3 layers thick. You know, if you don't cater to them, that's what happens, right? And the windows, double zippers, which right now I want open. One of the great features is these side windows, so you can actually lay down. And it does have pouches back here to hold the window in. They're useless. They need to redesign those, but yeah, I'll be able to lay down right here and look right straight up at the sky. It's pretty nice. Right now I want it to keep the sun out, but we got an air conditioner on order, so hopefully that's enough to cool down this very small space. We're hoping. It does have draft doors on the bottom, so you can have good airflow, which I'm going to want to open. And they just roll up and latch there if you want. A couple of little pouches on each side, and put whatever you want. And want 2 on each side, so that one has a leaf in it, of course. Yeah, and tear it down, it's just the exact opposite, except for the air mattresses. You basically open the valves back up, roll them up as tight as you can, close the valves, and then shove all of them up there. But yeah, I figured it wasn't so darn hot. It's been a lot easier, but it's a good look at her set up. Good look at how you set it up. And boy, quite a bit of space in there too. I mean, for 2 people, this is more than enough for short trips. Like I said, I got power cords, the shower unit, which we'll use for a bathroom probably. Of course, most campgrounds you go to got showers, so no big deal. As you can see, my level says level. The reason I lower the front is so I can get the back jacks down good. I could have gone down a little further, got the step a little flatter. That's the only beef about it, but the jacks are good. Then what I did is I cranked the front back up, putting all the weight on the back jacks. There's still weight on the tires. I mean, there's still got some weight on them, but I just jacked the jack back up till it was level. Then it was easy enough to set the front jacks. And yeah, like I said, I got a little tongue lock that goes on here, keep anybody from stealing it. Of course, it's not on there now. I'm not worried about it right now. Now, one thing you never want to do is leave the jack handle in sight. It's one thing a bunch of people were saying, how do you keep your Go from getting stolen? Make sure the jack handle is nowhere near it. There, a lot of them are saying, put it in your car. That way you don't have to worry about it, because you can't tear this down without it, really. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. A quick setup video and kind of looking at the features. It does have a grab handle right here, so you can grab this and walk in if you want. The new ones have it on both sides. Like I said, this is a 2017. They've been making these for a long time, so coolest camper ever. Hope you enjoyed.